जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी गोपी जना गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्रीनिवास पद्मावती वेंकटेश्वर बालाजी की श्रील प्रभुपाद की समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की कलिगोपावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class. This morning we are reciting from 7th canto, 10th chapter, text number 49. सवा अयं ब्रह्म महद्विमृग्य कैवल्य निर्वाण सुखानुभूतिः प्रिय सुहृत् खलु मातुलेय आत्मार्हणीयो विधिकृत् गुरुश्च। सवायं ब्रह्म महद्विमृग्य कैवल्य निर्वाण सुखानुभूतिः प्रिय सुहृत् खलु मातुलेय आत्मार्हणीयो विधिकृत् गुरुश्च। All Prabhuji is ready? सवा अयं ब्रह्म महद्विमृग्य कैवल्य निर्वाण सुखानुभूतिः प्रिय सुहृत् खलु मातुलेय आत्मार्हणीयो विधिकृत् गुरुश्च। All Mataji together? Yeah. Saha, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Va, also. I am This Brahma, the impersonal Brahman, which is an emanation from Krishna. Mahat, by great personalities. Vimrigya, searched for. Kaivalya, oneness. Nirvana Sukha, of transcendental happiness. Anubhutihi, the source of practical experience. Priyaha, very, very dear. Suhrit, well-wisher. Vaha, of you. Khalu, indeed. Matuleyaha, the son of a maternal uncle. Atma, exactly like body and soul together. Arhaniyaha, worshipable, because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vidhikrit, yet he serves you as an order carrier. Your supreme advisor. Cha, as well. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The impersonal Brahman is Krishna himself, because Krishna is the source of impersonal Brahman. He is the origin of the transcendental bliss sought by great saintly persons. Yet he, the Supreme Person, is your most dear friend and constant well-wisher, and is intimately related to you as the son of your maternal uncle. Indeed, he is always like your body and soul. He is worshipable, yet he acts as your servant and sometimes as your spiritual master. Like that Narada is telling Yudhishthira. There is always a difference of opinion about the absolute truth. One class of transcendentalists concludes that the absolute truth is impersonal, and the another class concludes that the absolute truth is a person. In the Bhagavad Gita, the absolute truth is accepted as Supreme Person. Indeed, that Supreme Person himself, Lord Krishna, instructs in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Bhagavad Gita 14.27. Matta parataram nanyat. 7.7. The impersonal Brahman is my partial manifestation, and there is no truth superior to me, says Krishna in the 14th chapter, last verse. That same Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, acted as the supreme friend and relative of the Pandavas. And sometimes he even acted as their servant by carrying a letter from Pandavas to Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Because Krishna was the well-wisher of the Pandavas, he also acted as Guru by becoming spiritual master of Arjuna. Arjuna accepted Krishna as his spiritual master. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Bhagavad Gita 2.7. And Krishna sometimes chastised him. For example, the Lord said, Ashotyanan vashotasvam prajna badascha bhashase. While speaking learned words, you are mourning, Arjuna, for what is not worthy of grief. The Lord also said, Utastva kashpalamidam vishame samupastitam anaryushtamasvagyam akirtikaram Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? Such was the intimate relationship between the Pandavas and Krishna. In the same way, a pure devotee of the Lord is always with Krishna through thick and thin. His way of life is Krishna. This is the statement of the authority Sri Narada Muni. So one verse before this was, we were reciting yesterday, was a very special verse, very similar verse. Yoyam duloke bata bhuri bhaga lokam punana munayo bhiyanti yesham grihana vasati iti sakshat gudam parabrahma manushyalingam. Narada Muni continued, my dear Maharaj Yudhishthira, all of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, lives in your palace just like a human being. Great saintly persons know this very well, and therefore they constantly visit this house. Yeah. So there is a difference between the understanding of the absolute truth between jnanis and the bhaktas. In the Shruti mantras also, in one place it is said, Narakriti, and regarding the Parabrahma, there is a verse which talks about the Parabrahma also has a the personality of Godhead, Purusha, Purushottama is called. So you see him as an impersonal light, or you see him as a personality of Godhead who has an imperishable body, which is Satchidananda Vigraha. So the Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan shabdi. That verse talks about the same absolute truth seen by different people differently. Bhaktas, jnanis, yogis, they see him differently. His Holiness Purna Chandra Maharaj, when he was teaching us Bhagavad Gita in Pune, he was telling us the absolute truth is like a multi-dimensional creature, he said. He said, if human brain can fathom it, then human beings would be better than God. So, God actually will relate with you the way you approach him. If you, just like for example, some people come here in front of the Lord and ask for some petty material benefits, take it and go. Correct, no? That's all they get. Because that's what they asked. You get what you ask, isn't it? And then there are others who may come seeking knowledge about him. There are some who want to get some powers from him. And then there are some who come with love for him and want to express their affection to the Lord without seeking anything in return. So Lord deals with all these different people. Ye tamam prapadyante tam stateva bhajamyaham. Okay, you want knowledge about me? Okay. You can take this knowledge and be a great jnani. You want some powers to control the world? Take some mystic powers, because Krishna is called Yogeshwar. He is the master of all mystics. Mystic powers. Like you see, when Trinavarta comes, Krishna makes his body lighter than the lightest. Before that, prior to that, Krishna made his body heavier than the heaviest. Therefore, Yashoda put him on the bed, and then she went to kitchen, isn't it? So Krishna has all the mystic powers. He can become smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. What to speak of him possessing all these powers? He is the awarder of these powers to all the yogis also. Every jiva is a beggar in this world. They go to beg the Lord for some powers, for some knowledge, for some material commodities. But if somebody approaches him with pure love, then the Lord allows that devotee to see his form. Lord awards his own company to that devotee, and Lord becomes a very thick relative of the devotee, makes a relationship with the devotee. That's what he says here. So this type of personality of Godhead is reserved for those who approach him only out of love. Because they approach him out of love, the Lord reveals his form. Otherwise he will not reveal. For example, you go to very big people, you want to go to their office or home to seek a donation or something like that. Most often you will be turned away by the PA. You will see that. PA will say that, okay, if you want some donation, submit some application for charity or something. Bye-bye. So he is very busy, he is not available, they will say. You will see that. Or they may offer you a donation and turn you away. You may go away. So, because you didn't want to have a connection with that person. You wanted to have a connection only with his pocket. So you got the pocket. It's part of the pocket you got. Then you are turned away. Even we also in this world, you will see that our relationship with everybody is not same. Different people connect with us for different purposes in this world. Some people connect because you are in a post or a position. Some people connect because you have some skill sets or talent. They can draw some energy from you. Some people connect with you to get some recommendation or some favor. You will see everybody connects in this world, and also those are business-like connections. When that business is done, then there is no more relationship after that. You wanted something, you connected, and you got it, over. Finished. After that you have no more connection. So, whereas, that's why in the 10th canto there are many examples given. Like you see the birds make connection with a tree for fruits. When fruits are gone, birds fly away. They don't stay there. A student makes connection with the school and they, good morning, sir. All the children get up and say, you have seen that in the school? And then once the school study is over, you go to college, then no more connection with the school. People disconnect, isn't it? Similarly, the brahmanas who come to somebody's homes and then they do some puja, they recite some mantras, then they will hang around, be talking to you until you release the dakshina. The moment you give dakshina, they will be gone. Because they have to take the scooter and go to the next customer. They will go ahead. You will see that. Similarly, you go to a doctor, you take treatment. Once the treatment is over, I asked the doctor, how do you know your patients are getting well? He said, if they get well, I can be confident they won't make a call. But if they don't get well, I know very well how. They make a call. What is this, doctor? Your medicine is not working. And if the medicine worked, no more call. So doctor says, I understand, they must have got well, that's why they didn't come back. So people disconnect with the doctor after they get well. So in this way you will see, in this world, people make material connections in this world. Similarly, the karmis come to Lord Krishna, give me these material commodities. They take it and they push off. Jnanis come to gain knowledge, up to the point of understanding the impersonal, absolute Brahman, Supreme Brahman. See, what is the idea of the Jnanis? They think that the ultimate truth is Supreme Brahman, and they think there is no other truth besides it. They say, Sarvam Kalvam Idam Brahma. Even they think, I am also that absolute truth only, but currently I have become covered over. That covering is also Maya. And Maya does not have substantial existence. It is like a Simha Swapnam, they call it. Simha Swapna means when you are sleeping in the night, sometimes you see a lion or a tiger is chasing after you. Your body is sweating and your body is trembling. You fall off from the cot and you are thinking you are running in the jungle. When you get up and see, there is no jungle, there is no lion, and you are lying in the bed. Similarly, they say, in this material world you have come, and you think that, this is Maya, Maya is affecting you. There is no Maya. Maya, they say, Brahmam Satyam Jagat Mithya. This is their understanding. But according to Vaishnava Siddhanta, Maya is not false. Maya is a reality, but this material world is temporary. See, there is a difference between falsity and what is temporary. It's not the same. Nothing coming out of absolute truth can be falsity. Because absolute truth is true. It cannot produce anything false. So Maya is also coming from absolute truth. It cannot be false. That is why there is Parinamavad and Vivartavad. Maya, impersonalists talk about Vivartavad. We talk Parinamavad. Now Parinamavad, what is the Parinamavad philosophy? The absolute truth has many energies. And the energies produce many things in this world. But absolute truth remains unchanged. Just like the tree remains in the same place. It produces leaves, flowers, fruits, they all grow, they dry, they fall off, but the tree remains. Similarly, absolute truth remains. Many things come out of absolute truth and they undergo changes, but absolute truth doesn't undergo change. Krishna remains as he is. So that is called Parinamvad. And Vivartavad, fearing that there should not be any change in the absolute truth, therefore they declare that Maya does not have any existence. That is simply ridiculous, because if they say Maya has no existence, there is no table, there is no laptop, there is no this, there is no body. But you have a tangible experience of all these things. So Prabhupada very beautifully counteracts this philosophy in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mayavad is a very famous example of rope and the snake. You are walking in the road in the night, the rope appears like snake, and then you faint unconscious, and you are bleeding in the mouth. Next day morning you get up and see that person who fainted. What he saw was not a snake, it was rope. He mistook rope to be a snake. That is their point. Similarly, we are allured by Maya, or we are averse to Maya, or allured by Maya. When we suffer, we are averse to Maya. When we are tempted, we are allured by Maya. This is simply like a rope. You are imagining it to be a snake. because this has no existence like that, they say. But what Prabhupada says, how can somebody mistake a rope to be a snake if the real snake doesn't exist? This is the Vaishnava argument. The real snake is like the spiritual world, where there are real forms, real relationships, real love, of which the material existence is an imitation, a poor imitation. This material body, made up of Panchamahabhut, this is a poor imitation of the spiritual body. Spiritual, Prabhupada was showing one time while walking in the road, look at the shop, there was some doll kept in the shop. It's a plastic doll. Similarly, this is a plastic body, Prabhupada said. What we have is what body? Plastic body. This is like a plastic body, good for nothing. It cannot give you happiness. You try to become happy with this body, you can't become happy. You will only suffer more and more. Because this is not the real body. What you see in the mirror is not the real you. You are inside this body, you are the driver of this body, and the spirit soul has a beautiful form in the spiritual world. Krishna has a beautiful form, souls have a beautiful form. And that is like the snake, and this body is like a rope. So you cannot say that we are affected by a rope, thinking it to be a snake without the existence of the snake. So therefore, that is substance, this is shadow. Spiritual world is substance, and this material world is shadow. So, and in this way, in the Vaishnava philosophy, it says the Jiva and Krishna are one in quality. He is Satchitananda, we are Satchitananda. But he is Brihachid Vastu, we are Anuchid Vastu. And the Brihachid Vastu, Anuchid Vastu, they both have simultaneous existence, eternally. And that Prabhupada very nicely establishes if you read the verse. Natvevaham jatunasam natpam neme janadhipa nachaivana bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. Oh my dear Arjun, you, me, and all these kings, we were never created, and we will never be destroyed. We always exist, he says. So that purport is very, very beautiful if you read. Prabhupada says, Krishna clearly indicated, you, me. He doesn't say, I and you are same. He doesn't say. You, me, and all these kings, they all have individual existence. And Prabhupada says, oneness is only seen in darkness. Imagine in this hall, if there is no light at all, pitch dark, everything is one. And you put on the light, then we know we have individuality. If you think everything is one and run into this hall, you will put your leg on somebody's thighs and somebody's head and everybody will scream at you. Isn't it? So, Prabhupada says this impersonalists are like the owls. The owls are awake only at night. And we are preaching Vaishnava philosophy to lift their eyelids and show them the reality. Prabhupada says, see, there is variety. Why the impersonalists are fed up with material variety? Because material variety produces suffering in this world. They are so fed up with material variety that they want to deny all variety. Like that. For example, say any of you had a constipation, if you had experience of a constipation, and somehow suddenly there was a festival day. There was pulao, kadi, rasamalai, puran poli, gulab jamun, everything was there. All your friends were eating. You also took a big plate and ate along with constipation. Imagine what will happen in the following days. You got a severe stomachache, you ran to the hospital and doctor said, if you already had constipation, why did you eat such a big feast? You may say, what to do, doctor, the festival was there. All were eating and I couldn't resist myself. After that, when what went inside is not coming out, and doctor puts powder and so many other things. At last, after 4 or 5 days of repairing your belly, you got free now. When you came back, you said, henceforth, no pulao, no kadi, no rasamalai, no puran, only bland rice I will eat. Only rice, no variety. If somebody is eating plain rice, no dal with that, no sabji with that, nothing, only plain rice. Because you want varietyless food, hoping that it will not harm your belly. Correct, no? In this way, nirvishesh means they want to have a varietyless food. Nirvishesh. Yeah, no variety. Because they are fed up with material variety, when they go to that supreme truth, there they don't want any variety. They want only shanti, shanti, shanti. Once upon a time, a cat was fed with some milk, hot milk. The milk was pretty hot. The cat didn't realize. It put its mouth. Immediately the mustache got burnt. Meow! Like that he shouted. After that he developed such a fear. Any time later on, after a month, somebody fed him with some buttermilk. As soon as he saw he was blowing it. He said, why he was blowing it? Because he thought it is hot. Correct now? Foolish cat, isn't it? Similarly, these people, they are so frightened by material variety. They say, you say, Krishna is a form. Hey, form, I don't want any form. We also have form. Oh, we also have form. Oh, no, I don't want any form. They want to run away from all forms. They want to have a variety-less spiritual, existence. That's why they desire. That's why Buddhists also, what is that? Nirvana. Correct? No? Nirvana means what? They want to go to a state of zero. Prabhupada says there is no zero and there is no void in any part of the world, anywhere in this creation, material or spiritual, except in the head of the void is. Prabhupada says. The void is in only the head of the void is, that's all. There is no other void anywhere, Prabhupada says. What is the meaning of void in the head? Means no brain. You think everything is void. So, one category is void is, another category is impersonalist. So Prabhupada told the story, once a man, had a boy, and the boy was suffering from some cataract or some eye disease. He was crying. So his two uncles came. The father asked the two uncles. One uncle said, oh, he's crying too much, just pluck out the eyes, he will not cry. He said. Another uncle said, oh, he's making too much noise, kill him, he will not make any sound. So Prabhupada says, the fellow who said pluck out the eyes is Nirvisheshvad. And the fellow who said kill the boy is Buddhist, he says. Why? The impersonalists are saying stop all the senses. And stop the personality. No body, no senses. Because this is what is, they say, what is that? Nahi rahega baans, nahi basuri. They say, no? So when there is no baans, there is no basuri. Similarly, when the body will not be there, just get rid of all suffering. That is our understanding. It's like the uncle who said, pluck out the eyes. And the other fellow is saying, kill him. That is Buddhist. That means, you stop existing. You go to a zero. And all this is bogus philosophy, Prabhupada says. The real existence is spiritual variety. Otherwise, why is Krishna talking in the 15th chapter about Urdhamulam Adaha Shakam Ashwattam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid. That's a very important verse. The Purushottam Yoga. The roots are upwards, branches are downwards. Where do you see a tree like that? Where the roots are up and branches are down? Only in the reflection, in the water. That means there is an original tree, which is spiritual world. And the upside down tree is the material world. There is a talk about it in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the first 5 verses. So, what you see in this world is like what? If I am in a jail, see there are bars put up, I can't go out. But people walking in the road, their shadows will come on the wall. The shadows give you a clue that the real people are walking outside. Similarly, these bodies, what we see in this world are all shadowy bodies. Why shadowy? Childhood, boyhood, youth, old age, it perishes. It just mixes with the sand after that. It's like a shadowy body, plastic body, insubstantial body. The real bodies are in spiritual world. That is Vaishnava Siddhanta. So, Vaishnava means, Vaishnava has a firm faith that Lord has a beautiful personality and all the jivas have beautiful personalities. There's a loving exchange between Lord and the jivas in 5 different rasas, and the spiritual world has a lot of activity. It's exactly opposite. Impersonalists want to stop all activity and Vaishnavas want to join the eternal activity of seva. Isn't it? The impersonalists think we are only Supreme Brahman, we are God. Prabhupada says if a parrot enters into a tree and says, I have become the tree. No. Parrot is green, tree is green, but there is separate identity. Parrot goes in a tree, it may look like it has merged. Like you see this jet airways. Prabhupada gives the example also. When it flies up in the sky, it looks like it has become merged with the sky. No. After some time it will get down. You will see that. In some other airport it is going to get down. It maintains its identity in the sky. Similarly, even after going to Supreme Brahman, Brahma Jyoti, the Jnanis maintain their identities as sparks. Their identities are maintained. You see, When Kamadeva was burned by Shiva, Rati cried, being his wife. She went to Parvati and said, "You see, your husband has burned my husband. Huh? Please tell your husband to save my husband." Huh? Parvati said, "Don't worry, he will take rebirth again." So this fellow, this Kamadev, came out of that body and then he emerged in Krishna's body. Somebody may think that he emerged or finished. No. Again he is reborn as son of Rukmini. Correct? What is his name? Pradyumna. That means the soul may merge not only in Brahman, even in Krishna's body also, but its identity will be maintained. It will never be lost. It's again reborn, you will see then. So like for example, Aghasura, or Shishupal, they enter in Krishna's body. But then again he becomes Jaya Vijay there. Where? In spiritual world, correct now? They will eternally have their identity. So this is Vaishnava philosophy. There are very many ways we can substantiate it. So, nevertheless, Lord is so kind, He is all accommodative, correct now? He says, all kinds of people come to me. Okay, if jnanis want to, rest in my energy, which is impersonal absolute, which is one of my attributes, then let them have that understanding that I am impersonal, and I will also give them some shlokas for their happiness. Okay, take some shlokas from the Shruti mantras, some Abheda Vakyas, so that with those shlokas, that will be your food for you. Eat your food and be happy. You want only bland diet, take the bland diet and be happy. Like in our temple we give health prasad. Then there's 2-timer, there's 3-timer. So Lord says, Brahman, you want Supreme Brahman, okay, you think you are Supreme Brahman, be happy. You take your food, and there are yogis, okay, you want control, take some siddhis and push off. My bhaktas, oh, you don't push off, come to me. My bhaktas come to me, Krishna says. Yanti deva vrata devan pitin yanti pitru vrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhya jinopimam. Our His Holiness Jayadut Maharaj, when he came to Pune, he said, Yanti deva vrata devan, those who are praying to different devatas go to devatas, he says. Those who pray to bhuta, bhuta actually means also praying to forefathers and things like that. Or those who pray to ghosts and spirits, they go to ghosts and spirits. Those who pray to forefathers go to forefathers' families, they are reborn in those families. And those who pray to me, they come back to me, he said. They will return to me, Krishna says. Because those devotees are interested in who? Krishna. Then how I can, katam tam staktam utsahe, Lord is saying to Durvasa, he asked, katam tam staktam utsahe, how can I give up my devotees who have no other goal other than me? Ye daragara putraptam pranan vittam imam param. He's saying that those people who they are not attracted to anything of this world. They may have family, mother, father, wife, children, job, money, house, all these things are there, but none of these things absorbs their consciousness. They do all the duty in this world, but their hearts are sold out to me. Katam tam staktam would say, how can I give up their association? Those are people I tell them, okay, come to me and be with me. I go to them and they come to me, and we eternally rejoice in each other's association. That's the point. That means, that is why becoming a devotee is not an ordinary thing, because this is something that touches Krishna's heart. Because if somebody connects with you with no other expectation, except that genuine friendship, with a desire to do something for you. See, Jagannath goes out in the street not to ask for anything from anybody. He just goes out to spread happiness to all living entities. Jagannath distributes prasadam through the devotees. Jagannath gives his big eyes, glance, karunya kataksh on everybody. Looking at all the fellows sitting in such shops, and Lord is thinking, this fellow never comes to temple. Lord is saying, Lord says, I will come and see you. I will come and see you, and I am coming to bless you. I don't want anything from you. That is the mood of Jagannath going out. Jagannath is a spreader of happiness. He goes out to give happiness to all jivas. Somebody gets happiness in the form of prasad. Somebody enjoys the kirtan. Somebody gets a large glance and begins his devotion service. Somebody gets to pull the rope of the chariot, and they are freed from cycle of birth and death. So, Lord actually is a supreme well-wisher of everybody. Say in the same manner, devotees of the Lord have nothing to gain from anybody. Their only property is Krishna. Namo 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐚𝐝 nivritta guna vrittaye atma ramaya shantaya kaivalyapataye namaha. That verse says, the only property of the devotees is Krishna. They don't possess anything else. So, in this way the Lord deals with different people differently. Let us go to the... So I have given this heading, Krishna the Supreme Lord, Brahman, friend, guru and servant, depending on how you want to relate with him. See, for those who want to see him as impersonal, Krishna says, okay, for jnanis, I will be impersonal Brahman. So he becomes the Kaivalyapataye Namaha. He is the goal of Kaivalya and Nirvana also. The bliss seekers are unknowingly searching for him. These are the words used in this verse. Priya, most dear one. Sugrit, their well-wisher. Matulaya. Matulaya means maternal cousin. Krishna is a maternal cousin of Pandavas. Because Pandavas, like Krishna is Vasudev's son. He's Vasudev. And Vasudev's sister is Kunti. So his maternal cousin. And Atma Arhaniya, worshipable. And Vidikrit, he becomes a Shanti Dut, carrying the order of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Vidikrit. Guru is a spiritual master of all the Pandavas. The rare picture I got, you see here, beautiful, na? 5 Pandavas, and who is that? Draupadi. Draupadi and 5 Pandavas surrounding Krishna. So, wonderful to meditate on this. All the Pandavas and Draupadi are guided by Krishna. Everything they do, they will not do anything without guided by Krishna, without sanctioned by Krishna. So, only bhakti can harmonize all these seemingly contradictory roles. So, this kind of different roles Krishna plays, about which I have explained in the further slides. See, Krishna as Brahman, the tug of war ends here. Why? Because the great sages seek impersonal Brahman, but this is only Krishna's effulgence. He says in the 14th chapter, 27th verse, Brahmano hi patishtaham. Also 7.7 he says, Matta parataram na anyat. There is nothing above me, Arjun. I am the ultimate. So, Brahman is my effulgence. Just like this bulb here, the bulb has a form, but the light emanating from the bulb is impersonal. Like Bharat Sarkar. Sarkar is Nirakar. But behind the Nirakar Sarkar there is Pradhan Mantri who has Akar. Correct, no? You will always see behind impersonal there is personal. You will see that. Like in a cinema movie, a beam of light is falling on the screen, which is impersonal. But that is coming from a projector which is operated by a person. In the night time you go to some village and you are waiting and you find a bright light is coming. When the bright light comes near, you find there is an engine behind it. And inside the engine, one driver is also sitting. So there is a person behind the impersonal light of the train. You will see that. Electricity passing through the wires is impersonal. But that is coming from a hydroelectric power station where there is one engineer sitting there and releasing the energy, electrical energy. You take any energy, behind energy there is energetic. Behind energy, wherever there is energy, there has to be a energetic personality. Imagine a stone comes flying into your house through the window. What's the first thing you will do? You will peep out of the window and say, hey, who is throwing the stone? Because stone is loaded with energy, but that energy is supplied by energetic. A personality, some boy must have thrown it and run away, correct, no? So, even if you don't find the boy, still you will be confident that somebody threw it. Correct, no? So you may not be able to find the personality of Godhead, because personality of Godhead can only be found by bhaktas. Jnanis may not find them, because jnanis don't want to see his personality, so the Lord will not show them. Lord will show himself to those who wish to see him, those who wish to connect with him, relate with him. So, there is another verse, 7.21, which is not mentioned here. It says, Avyaktam yaktimapannam manyante maam abuddhayaha, he says. Is it 7.21 or 24? 24. It's 1.24. Yeah. Avyaktam, Vyaktim, Apannam. See, Avyaktam means impersonal. Vyaktim means personal. Apanna means obtained. See, the word obtain in English comes from apannam. He says, if somebody thinks I was impersonal before and I have obtained this personal form now, manyante jo mante hain, abuddhaya hai, he says. They are unintelligent fellows. He says that. Parambhava majanantam amabhuta maheshwaram. These fellows do not know that I have a beautiful personality beyond this effulgence. He says. So devotees receive the whole person, not just his energy. Like for example, if there is a billionaire living in Pune, for example, one fellow says, sir, can you please give me a job of being a gardener in your this thing? Okay, he says, okay, be a mali in my garden. And somebody says, sir, if I can get a job of a driver in your house, then I can drive your car. Okay, you be a driver, no problem. Sir, can you give some donation? Somebody says, okay, take the donation, go. So there are many people connecting with him for many things like that. So these people connect with one of his energies, one of his resources that he has, isn't it? But if you see his wife, his sons, his daughters, his parents, they connect with him, the person. They are not connecting with his resources. So for them, resources are secondary. The relationship with the person, that is primary. Correct, no? So bhaktas are like that. Yeah. See, jnanis, therefore they get only the Lord's energy, impersonal Brahman. And yogis, actually, when you practice Nishkama Karma Yoga, the result of Nishkama Karma Yoga is you realize I am not the body, I am spirit soul. Jnana. Jnana arises. And with that understanding, you may be thinking that I am not the body, I am the spirit soul. Atma so Paramatma. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati, they say, no? So that means, Brahmavid, you become knowledgeable about Brahma. Then you yourself, Brahmaiva Bhavati, you yourself become Supreme Brahman, you think like that. But then you keep on meditating hundreds and thousands of lifetimes. The result of that is you come to understand the personality of Godhead. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Then you become a yogi after that. See, the yogi is sitting with the Lord Vishnu in the heart. He is meditating. Dhyana avasthita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yogino. They meditate. Yogis doesn't do any service, he just meditates. Remembering the Lord in the heart. And he gets purified. The conclusion of the yogi is, yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataha. In America, in my travels, anybody in yoga studio, this is the verse I tell them. See, you have already come to the right path of yoga. I will tell you who is the topmost yogi. They become interested. Really? In yoga, I can be topmost. What is it? Bhakti yogi. Because the yogi's perfection of a yogi's life is he becomes a Bhakti yogi. Like Dhruva, he did Ashtanga yoga. At last, he chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and became a Bhakti yogi after that. So the Paripakva Jnani becomes a yogi, Paripakva yogi becomes Bhakta. Now you can see the Bhakta, they realize the Bhagavan feature of Lord Krishna. Like you see the mountain, if you see from a distance, it looks like hazy, like this. When the train is going more nearer, it looks like this. More green, you see. When the train goes even more very near, somebody is coming in the mountain, you see. Somebody is coming, you see people, correct, na? You get more details. Similarly, from a distance, absolute truth looks like this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. That's all. No detail. People who meditate on Omkar, they think already we have attained the ultimate, they think like that. But when absolute truth is approached more closely, then you realize the Paramatma feature in every atom, in the heart of all living beings. Then one recognizes Krishna's Bhagavan feature. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastunmanti Divaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidus Sura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namo. See, in the Bhagavatam it is said, Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra, Maruta, all these 33 crore devatas are worshipping that Supreme Lord. And all the sages, you see, so many sages are folded, devatas and sages. They're folding the palms and bowing down to that one Supreme Lord, Vasudeva. His name is Vasudeva. And the yogis are meditating on him in the forest, he says. Dhyana avasita tadgadena manasa pasyantyam yogino. So in this way, one comes to the Bhagavan future understanding. Very famous verse, Prabhupada would often quote. Let us recite together. Eshwaraha paramaha Krishnaha satchidananda vigraha anadiradir govinda sarvakarana karanam. Like, one boy was asking a question. Prabhuji, Krishna is junior and Lord Ram is senior. Because Ram appeared in Treta, and Krishna appeared in Dwapara. So how you are all worshipping Krishna? Then I showed him in the 4th canto, there is one verse, Ariradeshu Krishnam Acharat Tapavuttamam. You just put the word Acharat, A-C-A-R-A-T. In the 4th canto, you will get that verse. You read the purport. That purpose says, some fools, like that purpose starts, they think that Krishna worship only started very recently, some 5,000 years ago or something like that. And there Prabhupada writes, Krishna's worship existed since the dawn of creation. How do you know that? Because even in Satya Yuga, Prithu Maharaj has worshipped Krishna in temples. Similarly, Ambarish Maharaj, we say, no, Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drishau. He went to Krishna's Mukunda temple. That means Mukunda's temple was there even in Satya Yuga also. Many, many great souls have worshipped, which means Krishna's worship has been existing since the dawn of creation. It's not a recent thing. And also Krishna is never born because he is beyond the material creation. See, outside this continuum of this Brahmanda, there is no flow of time. Time is conspicuous by its absence, it is said. So Krishna's body doesn't change at all. Eternally he exists. He is not created by anybody. See, here it's shown Krishna becomes a family member and friend of the Pandavas. Here you are seeing Draupadi being dragged to the assembly by Dushasana. When Draupadi was offended, immediately Krishna supplied unlimited sari to her and protected her man. You can imagine at that time, she wasn't able to get any support from the Kuru elders, not from her 5 husbands, not from anybody else. Here is an example of total Sharanagati. No one else to turn to, no other way. So any of you in your life, did you ever experience such a situation where nobody could help you and everybody opened the hands? So we all, sometime or other, Krishna will put us in the situation. One time, we went to Bombay, some 8 of us. We had gone to Kalyana Thane somewhere. We had to meet one donor during the NVCC construction time. So we boarded the building. It was in the 8th or 9th floor. We had to meet one gentleman. When the lift was going up in the 4th, between the 4th and 5th floor, the lift stopped because there is a power cut. Of course, some lifts have this collapsible door. You have, no? And through the collapsible door, we only saw the cement because it is between the 2 floors. We were shocked. And the boy was telling us, don't worry, it will come. Power will come in a minute or 2. But then in 2.5, 3 minutes, power didn't come. And we were all wondering what is going to happen. And we were feeling a bit of suffocation because no oxygen, no? The boy said, last week only I heard in the newspaper that somebody in the lift died in the last week. Because power got cut and there was no, this thing, the generator. And the boy was increasing our anxiety even more, saying that. But one good thing was we had the bead bag with us. Immediately we put our hand in the bead bag. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That was one of the most desperate chanting because we really thought that we are not going to survive. It's going to remain like this now. Power is not going to come and nobody will be able to lift the lift. Its only name is called lift, but nobody can lift it out unless you have power. We thought we are gone. This is the last moment of our life has come, we thought. As soon as we chanted 3-4 times, boom, light came. Zoom, it went up. So while coming down, we came by staircase. We didn't take the lift again. But the point is, sometimes Krishna can push us to the corner. And those desperate moments are very powerful for Sharanagati. Because no one can help you. Even your well-wishers in this world, many may wish well for you, but they cannot help you. Yeah. Similarly, there are sometimes people who undergo this chemotherapy and other things right now. Sometimes it is the fourth stage, fifth stage and all. So at that time, other people cannot understand what are they undergoing. Inside their body, lot of heat and lot of the difficulty they undergo. So the jiva, when he suffers, he has no other shelter other than Krishna. Here Draupadi's situation, only she knows, because for a woman to be brought in a public assembly of Asat Sabha, and at that time Krishna was her only friend, supreme friend. See, when devotion is intimate, Krishna becomes emotionally invested in the devotee's life. So Pandavas are very thickly connected to Krishna. And Draupadi is eternal Sakha of Krishna, eternal friend of Krishna. So Krishna became one of their family members. That's the point, friend and family member. So what is the meaning of family member? A family member means he is interested in every aspect of the family, correct, no? Somebody is getting married in the family, it's a very important occasion. Somebody has a birthday, it's a very important occasion. Somebody's health is not good, important occasion. You will throw everything to the wind and, get into helping them. So in this world, family members can help to some degree, but they cannot absolutely help like Krishna. Here is an example of where Krishna helped in a situation where no one else could help. See, Krishna carried Arjuna's message to Kurus. Do you think Krishna was not aware of mentality of the Kurus? He was aware, but for the pleasure of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he agreed to become a Shantidut. I will go. Actually, you can imagine Krishna went as a messenger with Satyaki and Kritavarma. They were Yadus who went with him. And actually, Duryodhana foolishly tried to humiliate Krishna by capturing him with thousands of soldiers and putting a cage from the top. But Krishna showed a Vishwarupa darshan at that time. And very easily counteracted all foolish measures of Duryodhana. But the point is, for the sake of pleasing Yudhishthira Maharaj, Krishna is ready to even undergo a humiliation or trouble like this. You can see that. He became a messenger. You see, he agreed to even become Arjuna's charioteer, a servant-like role. Yudhishthira's servant is Arjun, and Krishna became Arjun's servant by driving the chariot. Actually, in the battlefield, there was no time to talk. Even if you talk in the loud sound, one cannot hear. So Arjuna, with his two knees, would touch Krishna's back with the knee. If you touch this side, then Krishna will turn it right. If you touch with the knee, with the knees, if you touch the left side, Krishna would turn left. So you can see Arjuna is just behind Krishna's back, you can see that. So Krishna was accepting the order from Arjuna like a order carrier. He was fulfilling Arjuna's desires. So only bhakti can make God serve the devotee, which means actually bhakti subordinates the Lord. There is a word used which is called as Vrityavashyata. This word comes in the Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 9th chapter. There is a famous verse, Swamato Svinnagat. No, not that verse, there's one more. Nayam Sukapo Bhagavan Dehinam Gopika Sutaha Jnaninam Chatma Bhutanam Yatha Bhakti Matamiha. This verse says, Nayam Sukha Apo Bhagavan. Bhagavan Krishna never got any happiness from anybody as much as he got in the company of his loving mother Yashoda and the Vatsalya Bhava. Nayam Sukha Apo Bhagavan. So another verse says, Nemam Virincho Nabhavona Shri Rapyanga Samshrayaha Prasadam Levire Gopi Tat Tat Prap Vimuktidat. You see, Shiva is friend of the Lord, Brahma is servant of the Lord, and Lakshmi is Ardhangini of the Lord, half his body. But none of them got as much mercy as Yashoda got. This verse says that. Because Krishna enjoyed that mother and child relationship with Yashoda and Krishna the most. So he became completely subordinated by Yashoda. Yashoda controlled him. If Yashoda would not let him go, he cannot go very easily. You see, once I was doing a program in a house, one small kid, one boy, he wanted to go and play with his friends. He was telling his mother. Mother was sitting and hearing lecture, telling, Mama, Mama, I want to go out. He was saying, Mother said, shh. Mother said, sit down, sit down. So he would sit. After 5 minutes again he would do that. Oh, I want to go and play. Friends are calling. His friends would come in the door and call him, hey, come, come. He would say, I have to go. I was wondering, the door is open, he can run away. But what is preventing this child from running away? There is an invisible rope that keeps this kid inside. What is the rope? He has that fear that I cannot, go without mother's permission. Correct, no? Then after some time he told the mother, can I go to the top floor, upper floor to my friend's house and play? She said, okay, go. Immediately ran away. After that, when she gave a sanction. So this is the way Krishna behaves also. The Nanda Bhavan, the Yashoda Bhavan door is open, but he cannot go for herding the cows and calves unless Yashoda gives permission. So it's completely controlled by the mother. Even we have experience, when you're a small kid, mother says, hey, sit down, you sit down, eat this, don't go out, don't go out. Isn't it? So, in this way, he becomes a servant of Yashoda, he becomes servant of Arjuna. Also, he plays the role of a guru. You see, guru's role is to purify us, chastise us, and reform our lower nature. In this world, all of us are struggling with between higher nature and lower nature. There is a tug of war. So here you find Arjuna, he was afflicted by attachment to his cousins and uncles and everybody. He was not willing to fight in the beginning. So Krishna asked, where has this impotence come upon you? Klaibyam masmakam apartha naitad vayu papadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam takvotishta parandam. That's another verse. Where has this miserly impotence come upon you, Arjuna? You are a warrior. You put the bow down. You are thinking you will show compassion to the enemies, but they will ridicule you. When you leave the battle and go, they will not think you have left the battle out of compassion. They will say you are leaving the battle out of cowardice. They are going to laugh at you. Avachya vadascha bahun. Katayishyanti. Like that he says, they will all laugh at you. They will ridicule you. Actually, purposefully Krishna said that so that Arjuna's anger can be incited. Arjuna was not ready to be angry, Krishna wanted to make him angry. Isn't it? Arjuna was telling, Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtran rane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet. You know what he's saying? I feel like Krishna, go in front of them without any weapons and be killed by them. Rather than me killing them and enjoy a unravel the kingdom tainted with their blood. I don't want that, like that he said. So Krishna wanted to dismiss his cowardice and make him fight the Dharma Yuddha. So very strong words he spoke. Because when he speaks strong words, your sleeping soul is shaken up and woken up. Like Dhritarashtra was strongly dealt with by whom? Vidura, yeah. Similarly, Villomangal was strongly dealt by whom? Chintamani, yeah. Similarly, Prachina Parishad was strongly dealt by whom? Especially towards the end. Initially he spoke sweetly and then finally he gave one punch. And Prachina Parishad got up immediately after that. Similarly, Pururava was treated by whom harshly? Urvashi's instruction, 11th canto, 25th chapter. Such a strong word she spoke, he developed detachment after that. So these strong words by compassionate Vaishnava, very advanced devotees like Vidura or compassionate Lord Krishna. Actually, Krishna's words appear hard like an nariyal outside, but inside his heart is like a coconut, pulp in coconut water. His desire is to make Arjuna stick to the dharma. So he acts as a guru. Guru's goal is to reform the heart of the disciple. The tough but loving guide. Krishna shows that. Guru must instruct, guide and correct. This is his real mercy. Not only Krishna is a friend and relative, but he also becomes a guru and guide. And he corrects Arjuna. And Arjuna is willing to accept the correction. Look at Arjuna, folded palms, he's ready. See the intimate relationship through thick and thin. For Prabhupada, his life is all centered around Krishna. That's why Satyaraj Khan asked 3 years, he asked 3 same questions. Who is a Vaishnava? First year Lord Chaitanya said, a Vaishnava is one who chants Hare Krishna, chants Krishna's names. Second time Mahaprabhu said, a Vaishnava is one who is constantly chanting Krishna's names. Third time when he asked the question, he said, a Vaishnava is one looking at whom the whole world chants Krishna's names. And that is where Prabhupada is like that. As soon as you look at Prabhupada, what words automatically come out of your mouth? Hare Krishna. Correct, no? So, therefore devotee and Krishna are inseparable. They are always together. Like Radha and Krishna together, we worship them together. So, Pandavas never saw Krishna as God alone. They saw him as their very life, pran. For devotees, Krishna is their life. They don't see Krishna as God. He is our friend. He is our well-wisher. He is the mother, he is a father, he is a friend, he is the supreme well-wisher. And they were ready to do anything that Krishna will tell. Arjuna did not want to fight. Look at Krishna here. He convinced him and taking him for the battle. Here Pandavas are subjected to Durvasa Muni's wrath, about to be subjected. But Krishna immediately appeared there and protected them. And Krishna is giving advice regarding the Rajasuya Yajna, which Yudhishthira wants to perform. He will not do unless Krishna is happy with that. He's checking with Krishna whether, am I doing Rajasuya Yajna for my own name and fame, or am I doing it to glorify you? He wanted to be very sure. So Pandavas wouldn't decide anything without Krishna's sanction, because he was very much a part of their family. Even when they were in Kamyakavan, Vrishakaipavan, you will hear Krishna going and meeting them regularly. And how Krishna was close, it is explained. When Krishna saw Arjuna in the forest, he told Arjuna, Arjuna, it's only a matter of time, you all will get the kingdom back, we will be ruling the world. And when he saw Bhima, he told 2 times. And while returning, he told Draupadi 3 times. That very soon you will, because he knows who needs how many times. Because Arjuna is quite obedient to Krishna and Yudhishthira. And Bhima is a little fed up, but somehow he is tolerating the urge and waiting for completing the forest term. So he told him twice. And amongst all, who is the most frustrated? Draupadi. And Draupadi is also in a woman's body. So Krishna told her 3 times. As soon as he met them, first time he told. While leaving he told. In between he told once more. So he knows the heart of his devotees. Exactly he dealt with them like an intimate relative in the family. You see, he was ready to forego his own vow for the sake of protecting his devotee Arjuna. Arjuna is catching him, telling him, I will manage somehow, Krishna, don't worry, you don't lift the weapon. Krishna said, you forget it, move aside. Hell with my own, vow. Let the whole world despise me, calling ill names, I don't care. For me, your protecting you is more important. Something similar Krishna did when Ashwatthama had sent 2 Brahmastras, one towards Parikshit, one towards Pandavas. That time he evoked Chakra. Prabhupada writes there, the war was not fully over at that time. And Krishna was not supposed to lift any weapon. But he not only lifted weapon, he used the weapon to destroy the Brahmastra. And he also entered the womb of Uttara and saved the child also. So Prabhupada says Krishna is Bhaktavatsala Govinda. The Bhaktavatsala Govinda is more concerned about protection of the Bhaktas, not in maintaining his reputation as one who is true to his vows. If he was true to his vows, he would have told Pandavas, sorry Pandavas, I saved you for 18 days, at last what can I do? The Ashwatthama suddenly did something whimsical. I am sorry, and I have to keep my vow. Please all of you be prepared to die now. He didn't say like that. You can see. So for in our life, let us see. See Krishna in all the roles as Brahman, source of peace and stability. See, the nature of Brahma Jyoti is there is equanimity, there is peace, there is stability, it's a place of no change. So a devotee's heart should be like this. Yeah, devotee in Krishna, several places you will see in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 12 to 20, beginning with that verse, Adveshta sarva bhutana maitra karuna nirmamo nirahankara samadukka sukha kshami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dhrida nishchaya. So those series of verses you will see, equanimity is very much stressed. Because if we don't have equanimity, we cannot do devotional service with focus. If you are going to be disturbed by every wave, every wind, you are going to be disturbed. Somebody praised me, I am jumping like a monkey. Somebody criticized me, I go into psychosomatic depression. Sitting in a room with gloom, darkness, weeping. So one cannot actually afford to be tossed by the waves of material existence in the form of pleasure and pain, honor and dishonor, profit and loss, victory and defeat. So, therefore, Krishna talks in the Gita about that very much. One should be samadukka sukham dhiram, somrudatvaya kalpate. And also we should learn to see all living entities alike. Some jivas are sitting in a squirrel's body, cat's body, dog's body, human body, male body, female body. See, everybody has a soul. Same type of soul is sitting in every body in this world. Only the bodies are like different dresses. Somebody is wearing a goat dress or a cow dress or a human dress or a devata dress. Bodies are dresses. And same type of spiritual spark is sitting in all the bodies. So this is another thing that he stresses. By doing this, we will stop forming groups. We will stop saying, oh, you belong to my nationality or you are different nationality. Or you belong, you are this group or that group. You will see in all the bodies similar type of souls are present. So that type of Pandita Samadarshana. So in Brahman, this type of peace and stability is there. And as friend, share your heart with Krishna daily. So you can read a book called as Vandanam by His Holiness Satyabhudas Maharaj, very good book. It's a thin book, about 30-40 pages probably. In that book he talks about one-man prayer session towards the end. Of course, don't go to that directly. Start with different type of prayers. Prayers of thankfulness, prayers of repentance, prayers of gratitude, prayers of praises about the Lord. Like that, different, all the prayers he is giving, Brahma's prayer, Indra's prayer and all, Gajendra's prayers and all. So, praying is a very powerful activity, especially in the path of Bhakti Yoga. Because the prayer with complete absorption is so powerful, it can empty the mind of all unwanted impressions. Completely it can empty the mind, khali the mind completely. The prayer has a power to dominate and occupy our mind and heart fully. In such a manner that you and Krishna, there is nobody else. One can experience that moment. That's what is called the one-man prayer session. So the conclusion of that book is that I have a PDF of that book. I will give it to Dheeraj Prabhu. Along with this lecture, you can attach it in the description, I think. Vandanam, there's a PDF. So you can read that yourself. So, as devotee advances in spiritual life, one will gradually come to feel Krishna's friendship in one's life, how Krishna is guiding us through. And as Guru, accept his guidance through Gita, through devotees and Guru. Alignment with Krishna, that's the point. As a servant, he arranges everything for our upliftment. Prahlad Maharaj, when he would sit with his prasadam plate, he would think that Krishna has put the prasadam on my plate for me to eat. Krishna is giving me the prasad. When he would go to sleep, he would feel that Krishna has arranged this bedding for me. Everything he received, any benefit he received, he thought, who is doing it? Krishna is doing it for me. How kind. Somebody comes and gives a mango juice. Oh, Krishna has sent me mango juice, thank you. Like one time we were doing Harinam. 1 hour we were very thirsty. We reached one housing colony. And there was chill, very nice lemon juice waiting. So one devotee was saying, Prabhuji, we are singing Krishna's name, Krishna has sent us lemon juice. There may be nimitta, many other people may be involved in between, but ultimately who is sending? Krishna is sending. Krishna's hand can be seen by a devotee. So make Krishna not just God, but make him your family. So there is aupcharik worship, which is like official worship. Prabhupada writes in that Manmana Bhavat Bhakto purport, don't worship the Lord like an official meditator, he says. Official meditation is, ritualistic type of worship. One has to bring the heart. Therefore, every day when you go to the deity, one devotee was asking me that day, Prabhuji, what is the... I was praying, he was standing next to me, one congregation devotee. He was trying to... क्या प्रार्थना बोला आपने बता दीजिए. I said, same प्रार्थना रोज नहीं बोलता हूँ. I speak different प्रार्थना different days. वो कैसे डिसाइड किया जाता है? He said, वो आप खुद ही डिसाइड करो. You decide yourself which prayer to do on what day. Some days you are attracted by the charm of the beauty of the deities, then you glorify the Lord for His beauty. Another day you are in a desperate situation where you need help, then you pray to the Lord for help. Another day you did a mistake, somebody got offended, you are in a repentant mood, go to the Lord and repent. When you go to the deities, every day it's not that the same prayer we do. Different days we do different prayers. But if you treat Him as a person, then He will reciprocate with you as a person. You treat Him in a very aupcharik, in an official way, then you don't get much benefit in the heart. You certainly get benefit. Nobody loses anything by going to Krishna, you gain. But by dealing with Him as a most important person in your life, invite Him into your daily life. How? In making decisions, in your struggles and joys. Here is the last one. This point is a very important point. In our decision making, if you are going to involve Krishna, then you see, the decisions are very important for you in life, because different decisions bring forth different results. Like one devotee got 2 jobs. Recently he wrote a mail to me. So one job is giving him something like 8.5 lakh per annum or something like that. Another job is giving him only 7.5, 1 lakh less per year. But this job, 7.5 lakh wala job, he can stay with devotees and take prasad, and the company is very close to the student center. You can just walk 5 minutes. The other job, there are no devotees, it's in a very remote place. So, and also the load will be more because little more salary. So he said, Prabhuji, I have already decided in my mind, but I'm just writing to you so that I can get some strength to make the decision. Then I told him, okay, how much pain do you feel to take this 1.5 lakh job? He said, Prabhuji, if you say, I will immediately take it. I said, I won't say, you have to make the decision. And you should know what gain you are getting through this. He said, yes, exactly, Prabhu, I also decided I will take this, although it's 1 lakh less. And I can be with devotees, I can chant nicely, morning program will be good, prasadam is available, I can walk down, evening I can preach. So much advantages are there. So which means he involved Krishna in his decision making, this devotee. Correct, no? Imagine when he got the 8.5 lakh job, secretly he could have taken that without telling anybody. And counselor is calling, Prabhu, what happened? Prabhuji, I got only 1 job out of 2. He may say, I got only 1, which is paying me 8.5, so I am going there. Because he knows if I say the second one, then counselor may say, consider that, correct, no? Which means this fellow, that means the second person did not involve Krishna, correct, no? Similarly, struggles, when struggles come, people tell Krishna to quit their life. Hey, don't disturb me. Now suddenly, like one fellow, he was chanting some 8 rounds. Suddenly there was some loss of money in his life. Some thieves stole some 10 lakh rupees. Which he had kept cash in the home. And he had gone out somewhere and they looted the house. So he said, oh, this money I saved in the last 4 years, I saved. He's a middle class family. So he said, now I'm going to stop chanting now, for 1 or 2 years. After I earn money, then I will start. That means, did he involve Krishna in his struggle? No. He told Krishna to vacate. Then he thought, I will take the ropes of my life in my hand. It's like Arjuna telling Krishna, Krishna, you get down from the chariot, bye-bye. Now I will run the chariot. I will take care of my own this thing. So in our struggles, you should involve Krishna, because if you involve Krishna in that, if you chant, continue chanting, Krishna will give you some clues what to do in such situations, struggles. In joys also, some people become joyful, they forget Krishna. Some people, because they become too much joyful, so much so that they think it's all by my brain. I'm a very smart person, I did it. They become like that. So they forget the role of Krishna in their life. They think very high of themselves. That's what it says, Janma Ishwarya Shuta Shrivir Yedamana Malapuman. If one becomes proud in success, then they ask Krishna to quit their life. So in joys, in sorrows, in struggles, in decisions, in every walk of life, those devotees who involve Krishna, they feel intimacy with Krishna. They will feel that, you will feel just Krishna is like your own mother or father or brother or sister. What you feel for them, that kind of intimacy can be felt very strongly. And then we will, what is the result of that? The result of that is we will start making sacrifices for Krishna. Now this is a book marathon now. Why everybody is not willing to go out and distribute? You will only sacrifice your energy and time, provided you feel something for a person. If you feel for Prabhupada, if you feel for Krishna, then only you will do it. Like in my travels, I was lamenting that I am not able to distribute books. I can't carry book bag. I was carrying in the train, sometimes becomes very heavy, and I feel the back pain and everything. But now I have started a new thing. When I went to Bhopal, when I went to Baroda, when I went to Calcutta, now one advantage I have is people consider me senior. If I give a signature, many are ready to line up and take. I thought, wow, wonderful idea. I was in Calcutta, Nimayanand Prabhu, I called him and said, Acharya Nimayanand Prabhu, I told them that, how much is Leelamrita? This is 1300 or something. If you can make it 1000, I will request the boys to take. So he said, Prabhuji, instead of 1000, I'll make it 950, he said. Boys will feel even more happy. It's not a 4-digit number, 3-digit number it is. So he made it 950, and then I announced and told them, you all are in Nishta camp now, it's very important to have Leelamrita. For you, you have to read all the 7 volumes. Immediately 29 Leelamritas went. Cut. Immediately everybody came. Similarly, I went to Bhopal, Baroda and all. Before Janmashtami, I told them, Janmashtami is coming in next 1 month. How many of you want to finish reading Krishna book once? Many people raised their hand. And then he said, but you need Krishna book for that, correct? No? How many of you don't have? Many raised their hand. Come now, we can take it. Then again, long queue. So on an average, when I go to the temples where I stay for 2 to 3 days, I can distribute 150 to 200 books in 2-3 days. So I was very happy. At least I am able to do Sankirtan. And I am thinking in future, if I am not giving any evening program, yesterday we went to this, Bharati Vidyapith, near that PSCT. A very, very nice corner, beautiful corner. We can put a table there. We displayed the books. Many boys, girls are passing by out of the college gate. They're going. We were doing kirtan. We were just between 6 to 9. I'm close to almost 3 hours we were there. Many of the students from our voice also came and helped yesterday. So that's such a beautiful spot. I would like to go again and again there. And I reached there in just about 10-15 minutes we reached. You take a vehicle and go, in 10 minutes you can reach there. So I'm going to find out 3-4 such spots closest to NVCC temple where there is a nice moving population. You can, not only I want to do it during the marathon, even other times. If I'm not having any evening program, I would love to go and spend a couple of hours distributing books. Because we have received so much mercy from Prabhupada books, we should also give it to others. And this time, marathon time, that in those days they had put one poster, not going out and distributing Prabhupada books during marathon is injurious to spiritual health. They had put one poster in those days, isn't it? So, see, we have one bus in our temple, and the negative devotees were saying that, Prabhu, we heard that there is one bus which has no brahmacharis in Pune to go. So can we get the bus, they asked. So yesterday I asked Sarvalakshan Prabhu and Nami Masudan Prabhu, and then Sri Bhagavad Seva Prabhu. And then we decided that how can, in marathon time, we lend out a bus to somebody else and not use it ourselves? So in such a big temple, such a big community. So then Bhagavad Seva came up with the idea that there are many senior devotees who are above 40, 45, 50. So they can't move out easily. We just put them in the bus, go to one place in Pune, for 4 to 5 hours. Just stop the bus in one place, open from behind, display the books. They don't have to move around. Just sit there and talk to people and distribute the books. That's what we are going to do. Correct? Bhagavad Seva, where is he? Correct, no? We are planning now. He is planning to make a list now. So 2 batches we are sending. Morning, take prasad. 1 batch will go out and they will come for the evening prasad. And those who finish evening prasad, another batch will go out and come back in the night 9 o'clock. So this is especially for senior saffron devotees who cannot move around much. Just comfortably sit in the bus, go there, display the books. Such a beautiful thing. So now we are going to not keep the bus empty. We are going to occupy it. So we see like this negative devotees are needing the bus. There are people who are wealthy. If anybody knows any wealthy person who can give them a bus who is living in that Ravet area or Negdi, Akurdi area, you can tell them. So like they wanted one bus in Bhopal. They gave it in ICC forum. And then Sadev Prabhu, one our ICC chairman, and then some more devotees came together and they purchased the bus and gave. And I saw the 20 brahmacharis sitting and posing in front of the bus. They started distributing with the bus. So recently one bus has come for the congregation in our temple also here. Yes, Maji, yes? Okay. Now people can come inside the bus and read it? Okay. Oh, they are supposed to read few minutes, and if they want to buy a book, they can buy. Oh. Okay. Oh, right. So is it in a bus or a car? Oh, right. You just carry in the bag only. You just display it. What she is telling us, she is displaying the books, and the children are allowed to come and pick up a book and read about 10 minutes. Then they wind up and move to next place. Some of them will become attracted to it and they want to buy. And they can buy. You are giving them, just like in a Kurumara or Shangdana shop, they give you a little bit. Taste it. If you like it, then you buy it. Correct, no? Correct, no? Like that. Good idea it is. Very nice. Correct. It's wonderful. Very good. You are displaying the books and moving from place to place. It's a mobile, correct, no? Very good. So congregation last time also, some of the groups put in the shopping malls. So I am also calling, I am going through my, whoever send me WhatsApp messages, some new fellow will send me WhatsApp message and then it comes, should we block it or something, it comes like that. So like that I have a lot of numbers. Now I am catching all those fellows now. I am calling now, how are you? You know. So many of them are so happy now. So many numbers, my Lord. So many numbers. I may not know all of them, who they are, but they asked me some questions. And some of them may be away from Pune. But those who are in Pune, Bombay, nearby, I am catching all of them one by one. First I talk to them in the first round. And after they become a little more happier, then I reveal the Bhagavatam after that. Okay, if they have a Bhagavatam, I tell them, okay, gift Bhagavatam to your mother. In another language. You have in English, give a mother in her mother tongue. That's what I'm telling them. So there are a lot of ways. We should definitely try. See here, this is the last slide. See, Krishna is not impersonal light. He is a person who walks with you. See, beautiful picture, huh? Krishna is walking. He is not far away. He becomes your friend. He is always with the devotee. He is not just worshipped. He becomes your servant. See, Madhavendra Puri is chanting. Krishna becomes a servant and comes to give him milk. Krishna told, in Vrindavan nobody goes hungry. But if somebody does not beg at all, like you, Ayachaka Vritti you are doing, then I personally come to give them, he said. He is not only God, he becomes your Guru. He is Guru of all of us. Krishnam Mande Guru. In this way, this is a unique gift of Srimad Bhagavatam. The intimate reciprocal love with the Supreme Person. So this opportunity is there for devotees, and Prabhupada opened this, storehouse of nectar for the whole world to receive. People across the globe could connect with God in a very personal way. Nietzsche said, God is dead. Many people thought Nietzsche is atheist. But Nietzsche's full statement says like this, God is dead. And then he said, I don't believe in a God who is hurling thunderbolts from the clouds. But I only believe in a dancing God, he said. And I don't know whether Nate ever came to know about Krishna, who is a dancing god. Huh? Probably, you didn't know, if he, at that time ISKCON would have been there, he would have joined the full time. Huh? Nate. Huh? So, yeah, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. See, here the Mataji praying and Krishna is giving her advice, you see, huh? Isn't it? And the devotees are evoking Krishna's presence by loud Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Thank you. So I'll be here 5-10 minutes. Those who want to ask me questions personally, you can come, okay? Yeah, thank you.